They are just 2 of 7 correction staff members accused in a plot to beat up a state inmate and covering it up.
Hey guys, with all the chaos going on in today's society, like one reason I don't act out is because of, going to jail or prison and dealing with all those consequences, losing my job, losing everything. But I seen a video recently and there was one thing I never took into consideration. Let's check out this video.
Everything we need to know.
And Calvin, 4 of the 7 corrections officers facing charges in this case have walked out of the jail behind me this afternoon. None of them have had anything to say about the alleged crime and cover-up.
Do you have anything to say about the charges?
Shantrika Clark covered her face and distinctive red hair as she left jail.
Hey, cover your face.
DeAndre Hill also had nothing to say on his way out. They are just 2 of 7 correction staff members accused in a plot to beat up a state inmate and covering it up. Clark appeared in bond court this morning.
Can you afford to hire an attorney?
I have one.
You have one?
She faces 1 count of evidence tampering. She, along with Captain Jochen Anglin, officers Jordy Calero and Traven Norman, and Sergeants DeAndre Hill, Freddie Morgan, and Richard Jackson, who's not pictured, face charges ranging from battery on an inmate to failing to report a use of force on an inmate to perjury. The alleged incident happened back in April. The victim, Christopher Castro, is an inmate at Dade Correctional Institution in Florida City. Castro was allegedly taken from a shower to meet with Lieutenant Clark, but was instead brought to an area without cameras, placed in a holding cell, and beaten while cuffed. This is a photo of Castro the day after he was beaten. Clark allegedly got another inmate to clean up the blood left behind and lied to another lieutenant who was taking over her shift. All but Clark and Anglin are accused of taking part in the beating, and all of them are accused of lying about the day's events to investigators and failing to report it. The Florida Department of Corrections said in a statement, all of these staff members were dismissed as quickly as administratively possible. FDC does not tolerate inappropriate conduct.
So we got to go back to that guard's picture because that was crazy. I understand this is Florida, but you working in a prison. Not only that, you're like a lieutenant. You're a high-ranking officer, and you dyed your hair like crazy hot red. And shit, lieutenant, a high-ranking, officer in the jail or the prison. I guess you would assume like people that's high up in command, are a little more buttoned up or dressed down. But then again, like I said, they're beating the hell out of inmates in areas without security cameras. So they had this all planned out. They at least done this before to where, they do what they do, beat the crap out of people, and then send them on their way. Especially the way that guy looks, it's like they were very comfortable laying hands on people. But a while back, I did a video about a jail near Cleveland, Ohio. Basically, it was a news covering an investigation into a lot of, very inappropriate activities at the jail. A lot of inappropriate relationships between the guards and the inmates. The guards actually held a fight club. It was pretty wild. But when you looked at the magnitude of what kind of happened there, what always kind of triggered in my mind is like what type of things are going on in prisons. It's a little bit less oversight. It feels like a lot of them are privately owned now. They cut back on a lot of funding. And this just go to show you ain't gotta only worry about, the scammers, the violent gangs or offenders, even the predators in prison. It's like, or not only them, but on top of that, you gotta worry about crooked officers as well. But we got another story out of South Florida, just as crazy as this. Let's check it out.
Louis and Janice, yesterday the first day of school for Miami-Dade County students, and this mother says she was just trying to cross the street with her son who is autistic and unfortunately doesn't walk very quickly. Well, she says that is what enraged another mother who then threatened to shoot her, she says.
She said, I'm going to tell you this. You have one more thing to say. Just say one word and I'm going to shoot you in your face.
Jennifer Escobar reliving the terrifying moment she came face to face with 39-year-old Erica Cruz, who allegedly threatened to shoot her.
She started cursing at me and she just pushed forward and hit me with the car.
The confrontation all happening as Escobar said she was crossing Northwest 11th Avenue off 81st Street to take her 6-year-old autistic son to class for his first day back to school at Arcola Lake Elementary. Cruz in her car at the same time trying to get her child to class.
She told me to hurry up and I told her, you could clearly see that my son has difficulty walking.
But before Escobar could even cross the street, Cruz is seen here in this video reaching into her purse.
She didn't expose it, but you could tell she had her hand on the gun.
Escobar telling me it was a passing driver who then stepped in, diffusing the tense situation.
Thanks God there was another bystander that was driving and he said, no, do not pull the trigger.
As Cruz walked off, police quickly responded, placing the elementary school on lockdown to later find the mother leaving the campus with her purse, where inside officers would find a gun and arrest her.
She had it inside her purse, but she walked inside the building, inside the campus.
All I can say is what a terrible way for your child to begin the first day of school with mom getting hauled off to jail. You know, you have to be an adult and set a good example.
This is insane. You see her trying to shake her head, yes. Like, you have to know, like, you are going crazy. Like, you're honking a horn at somebody at a school. And, you know, you pull a gun out on them. This could be this kid's first day. Like, they're used to being in a house with mama. They may be shy, don't really like going outside. Like, you completely traumatize them. On top of that, your own child. And all just because someone didn't speed up enough. I know there's a lot of speed demons out there. People, you know, like, I don't know, the road rage spirit kind of gets to them at times. Man, I got to calm down, man. You're starting to hear a lot more about these situations that just go from 0 to 100 all over something that happened, you know, while you were driving. And this one was kind of silly. This is, you know, you already know what to expect when you're going through a school or if you're driving through a school zone. Especially during those hours. But the unfortunate part is she about to do some time, so mommy ain't about to be there. So she's going to be, you know, hopefully dad's involved. Just a vicious cycle that people don't really think through, that they just send their children down. But what did you guys think about today's stories? Be sure to like and subscribe. Peace.